Hello, David here, and the project for today is replacing the igniter on this Weber Genesis model S330. I already replaced the battery, so I know it's not the battery. I'm just going to replace the igniter assembly. This is the igniter assembly. It's an official Weber part. I paid $44 for it approximately, including tax and shipping. You'll find these on the internet for about half that price, but those are aftermarket products, and I would not trust the quality control coming out of these China sources for aftermarket products. I just don't think they'll give you any service, or if they do, they won't last that long. This particular part is made in communist China, but it's probably made to specifications. Would make the Weber company happy. Got a battery, burner knob, some type of attachment things. Oh, big instruction book. I better read that. Okay, this is the ignition assembly. This particular model of grill has an igniter on each burner. Not like my other one that has one igniter for all burners. These are the ceramic igniters. There are 4, so each of the 4 burners has its own igniter. And you'll see that they are color coded. So you got to match up the colors to the colors on this distribution block. That's all that's in there. Model number for this replacement part is 7629. Okay, according to the hieroglyphics in the instruction booklet, you're supposed to open the cover and remove the cover. I have a feeling they want you to remove the cover so that it doesn't fall on your head or your hands. I'm not going to remove the cover. And then after that, they want you to remove both doors, and then there's a plate underneath here that's held on with 2 Phillips screws. And that's got to come out. Get the door off, go to the inside of the door near the hinge. Got a standard screwdriver, and there's a little wire connected to a pin. You got to lever that in there and pull it downward. Let's try a smaller Phillips. That was easy. See that little pin there? And then just lift up off the bottom. I'll go to the other side now. Here is one of the Phillips screws. I'll get the one on the other side. Once you get that second screw out, this will just drop out of place. That first screw I took out was the wrong screw. I need to put it back. Next step is to remove the push button by turning it counterclockwise. Take the battery out and take this collar off. Yeah, try not to scratch the panel when you're beating it off. I think this is the only thing that holds the igniter assembly in place. That's right, it's held in by the wires. It's dangling by the wires now. I'm going to reach under and remove the wires. I'm going to pull the knobs off. Some of them don't want to come off. It just takes a whole bunch of wiggling. It's not corroded or anything because the controls are plastic, and it looks like these stems are brass. So just gently wiggle away. Don't break anything. There we go. You know that Phillips screw that I wasn't supposed to take off, that I did take off and I put back in? Supposed to take that off to get this whole assembly off, and there's one other one on the other side. Since you can't see it, I'm going to do it off camera. These are the extra clips that came in the package, and this metal thing is the heat shield. The instructions are to replace the plastic clips if they're broken or missing, and they specifically say this hole right here is not supposed to get a clip. If you need to remove the heat shield, there's one screw here and the other screw on the opposite end, and the heat shield will lift right off. So these igniters are supposed to slide out. They're sliding forward. What if they slide the other way? And this first one is a black wire one. It looks like this connects here through there's two metal wings in there. Let's see if I could get you in there. See those metal wings? That's what holds it down. See what the old ones look like. Doesn't look too bad. I think I might save it for just in case. That heat shield gets in the way. By pushing on the back gently without breaking the wire and then pulling forward on the other side on the ceramic portion, you get it in there pretty well. Let's see how deep that is. Based on the other side, on this one it's about 1/8 of an inch in from the heat shield. I was having trouble getting this second one out, the one with the green wire, and that's because this little leg right here was getting caught underneath the spider trap. So I had to push it back out and then lift it out of the way a bit. And I have to lift the heat shield to clear that and just kind of wiggle it out of there. There we go. I think this would be a lot easier with the heat shield taken off. Take that heat shield off. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a lot easier with the heat shield off. I don't know if you could see in there. Those are the two wings. These things have to fit, and it was a little bit tight, so I just had to wiggle that on there. There we go. So if you're worried about getting it in too far, don't worry about that. This little wing on here, I don't know if you could see that. This little part right there that sticks out, that stops it from going in too far. There we go. Heat shield back on. Okay, grab the 4 wires and the new igniter. Got yellow to yellow. Blue to blue. Green to green. And the black. Make sure they're all on securely. Feed the igniter up through the back. Notice there's a flat side which lines up with this flat side right there. Put the plastic locking collar on. Put the battery in. Negative side out. That's a positive side, right? I'm pretty sure the base is negative. How come there's no markings on here? Let's test it. Oh yeah, did you hear that? Those are so hard to get off, I'm just going to put a little dab of silicone on these. Next we got to get the bottom plate on. This lip goes to the back. This lip goes towards the front. And there's little two edges here like that. They slide in first. And then put the two screws in. You know why that door wouldn't close? These tabs were in the way. I had it upside down. Flip it like this. Put the tabs up and to the back. And then this lip, or these two lips on the end, which are in a downward position, they go on the outside of this control panel. This long tab in the middle goes up on the inside. Just like that. Don't make the same mistake I did. Let's try that door again. This little tab goes inside that gray metal block that's underneath the control panel. Ah, isn't that better? Try with the gas on. Okay. That's super. Hey, I'm quite pleased. I want to thank you guys and gals for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more great videos from David GPO. Decided to open her up again and put some new clips in because the old clips, they weren't quite touching over here. They were a little bit loose. These are more firm. I'll keep the wires from slipping out. So the way this works is, see, the new clips are smaller than the old clips. I don't know if you can tell the difference there. So they clip in. Make sure I got the right one. This is the one we're supposed to skip. But there's a washer that goes on the back to catch the back. And it's really hard to get on. So I'm using the channel locks. I push from the back. Whoops. These are supposed to go one way, so these are supposed to be vertical. So while you're pushing from one side, push on the other side until you hear it snap. See, it's not cut now. What I found was I could just squeeze it. I could get the jaw underneath there, squeeze the washer, could get it to clip in place. Make sure it's vertical. There we go, I got it. Make sure you see those little ends sticking out past the washer. Here's the other one. Just get your channel locks or pliers, squeeze them together and then push outward. Okay, I got it cinched in there.